recently got a trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. This is an animated movie about the younger Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Um, Now, I'm really looking forward to this movie, and I think it looks really interesting. But I see one huge issue. Where is the Spider-Verse? Now, I looked around in the film, and, we saw 3 Spider-Man characters in the trailer. Spider-Gwen, Miles Morales, and Peter Parker. Where are the rest of the Spider-Verse characters? There's a whole universe out there, and I'm concerned that this will not be the Spider-Verse movie that is promised in the title. Now, I'm fine with it not being a Spider-Verse movie and just focusing on Miles Morales, but if there's Spider-Verse in the title, I truly expect Sony to deliver. So, I'm going to throw out a couple of ideas for Spider-Man characters that could appear in this movie. Number 1 would be Noir Spider-Man. So basically, Noir Spider-Man takes place in the 1930s. So in the 1930s, Peter Parker works for a journal company as a photographer, just like he does for J. Jonah in the modern era. And at night, he becomes Spider-Man. This Spider-Man costume looks a little bit different. I'm going to throw it up on screen here. Probably here or here, I don't know yet. But the universe is basically black and white, and it is stuck in the 1930s time era. So there's a bunch of gang bosses. The gang bosses are the main villains of the film. So we get to see villains like Kingpin and Hammerhead, 2 big gang bosses of rival gangs in the city. We get to see superheroes such as Grey Hulk, Daredevil, Electro, all in their noir form, and of course Spider-Man. Now, the difference between this Spider-Man and your normal, day-to-day, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is that he's not too friendly. He's a vigilante, so he will kill his enemies. He, in fact, uses a pistol in most of the comics I have seen. So I think this noir universe could be a really good addition to the Sonyverse. I'd really like to see him pursue it. Now, my next idea would be Spider-Man 2099. So Spider-Man 2099, basically what he is, he's a future Spider-Man, but he is not Peter Parker. His name is Miguel O'Hara. So Miguel O'Hara was in a huge lab accident at this evil chemical organization called Alchemax, and he became Spider-Man. Now, this Spider-Man has a lot of different powers compared to Peter Parker. He is stronger, he can see better, and, well, he can't actually see very well. He has these claws that come out, retractable claws. He has fangs that can paralyze enemies, and he produces natural organic web fluid. So he uses this web fluid to glide around the future city instead of swinging like the normal Spider-Man does. Now, this could be a really interesting addition to the universe because of all the characters that come with it, such as Ghost Rider 2099, Iron Man 2099, Thor 2099, and others. It could be really cool. Now, so basically this Spider-Man, that this Spider-Man is Miguel O'Hara, not Peter Parker, and it's the same thing with the rest of those heroes. For example, Iron Man is not Tony Stark. He is a completely different person. Alright, now my next idea would be Cosmic Spider-Man. Now, Cosmic Spider-Man, you'd have to go through a couple of changes, because he already exists in the main Marvel timeline. So this Cosmic Spider-Man was a Herald of Galactus and had a ton of power, probably even powerful enough to defeat Thanos. Now, we've never seen Spider-Man with this amount of power level before on the big screen. It'd be really cool if they introduced that on an animated form, because it would be a lot easier to show the scope of his powers. I think this could be really cool because it kind of introduces the cosmic side of Sony, with which we all know that the symbiotes, which create Venom, I'll talk about Venom in a minute, come from the cosmic world of Marvel. Now, there is a Venom movie coming out in October, starring Tom Hardy, who plays Eddie Brock, who gets the Venom symbiote, and he's kind of an anti-hero, and I really want him to appear in this movie. Because sadly, this Venom movie will not take place in the MCU with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, so they're going to have to be in a separate universe. So it would be really cool if this Venom appeared in the Sonyverse. So that would be really fascinating, and I'd really love to see that. Even if they can't get Tom Hardy in, some form of Venom would be cool. So, yep, those were my ideas for this movie. I think it's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to it. And thank you guys for watching.